The most interesting thing in tech, last night, the Trump administration passed an executive order, or issued an executive order, that attempts to neuter and push back on all or most state AI regulation. It's quite controversial. It's related to an idea that was defeated 99-1 in the Senate a few months ago. There is a lot of outrage. Let me explain the arguments for and the arguments against. The argument for: there's a lot of patchwork AI regulation. Different states ban deepfakes. They ban certain kinds of algorithmic discrimination. California attempted to pass a very strong law regulating frontier models. They ended up neutering it a little bit. It can be hard to operate in an environment where there are lots of different laws. I know this from running a startup. I know this from being CEO of The Atlantic. There are different states that have different rules on, for example, renewal requirements. So it can be complicated. The Trump administration's underlying argument, or at least the first one they put forward, is that the United States will not be able to dominate AI, and it is essential that the US dominate AI if there is a patchwork of legislation. That is the argument for it. The argument against: well, wait, how is this legal? How is it that the federal government can just wipe away state laws? We're a federalist country. Now, the executive order doesn't, of course, wipe away laws. It says there will ultimately be a large regulatory framework. The White House will work with Congress on that. That's the way it's supposed to work. Congress is supposed to pass national laws. The Trump administration is saying that this is an intermediary step. And what they're technically doing is not wiping away the laws. They are setting up a commission within the Department of Justice that will go and will look for state laws they don't like, and then will sue to get rid of them. And they will use as leverage federal funding. They will cut off, funding for broadband and things like that. So one argument against it: it's kind of illegal. What is the cause of action? What is the harm? How will this work? There will be many lawsuits to come. Second argument against it: it seems underlying that one of the things the Trump administration wants to do is to kind of define what algorithmic truth is. Reading between the lines, it seems like they're trying to push back on what they see as woke AI, right? Blue states that pass legislation saying, hey, your AI can't discriminate against people of different races or classes. Well, the problem here is that how are you going to get into deciding what is true, what is not true, what is discrimination, what is not discrimination? The Trump administration says the states can't do it, but the federal government should do it. So now the federal government determines the truth. It's pretty complicated either way you look at it, and not the best idea, I think, to have the federal government in charge of this.